Hey everybody! First episode of the Humpday Lunchhour. I'm so excited that I'm finally freaking doing this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So, welcome to my car where I eat lunch. It is raining right now. So I decided that, for the first day, it's gonna be a little dreary, but I thought, why not? So what I'm going to be doing in these Hump Day lunch hour vlogs or segments or whatever is pretty much just sitting during my lunch hour, probably either for an hour or a half hour, depending on how I feel, and pretty much just talking about what I had for lunch, what happened today or this week or last week or anything of that nature, just anything random that I feel like is just, on my mind. Usually I will have a stand and I will keep it there so I don't have to see me moving around and whatnot. But I'm working on that because right now my stand, I guess, melted into my car because welcome to California, it's hot here all the time. So right now I'm holding it. But today I got Corner Bakery because, like I said, it's raining outside and it's kind of dreary. So I was like, comfort food. So I have a panini, a cup of soup, and a little tiny itty bitty little Caesar salad, just a tiny one. So I'm not going to eat obviously on camera. There might be times where I will do that. This isn't the case. Mostly just because I want to keep everything warm and I'm probably going to eat it at my desk. But hello, I'm really glad that I'm here. A lot of people were asking me this week because I showed pictures about my nails. So as you can see, I have little Deadpool nails and they're kind of awesome. So it has a little heart on my thumb. But let's see, today I want to talk about, probably going to be cut short because I started a little late because Corner Bakery's line was absolutely horrid. But today I want to talk about just weather, which sounds really terrible, but it's not specifically just weather, but like, what do you do when the weather's like this? Like it's raining and you like don't want to go anywhere, or you have to go to work. Like 3 things that I want you guys to answer. 1, what is the one food that you crave when the weather looks like this? When it's like dreary out and it's like all you want to do is stay home and cuddle or be in bed or whatever. Like what's the food that you crave? Do you crave soup? Do you crave, I'm trying to think. Yeah, not soup, but like, like warm foods like soup, pasta, mac and cheese, sandwiches. Like what is that comfort food that when it's like kind of like down out, like what would you get? Mine is mac and cheese. Or soup. Those are the 2 things that I love. And my favorite soups are clam chowder, broccoli and cheddar, or loaded baked potato, which can mean anything pretty much, which is mostly containing cream or cheese. Since I love dairy so much, that's like my favorite food of all time. Different kinds of cheeses, I'm all for it. Except for brie. I don't do very well with brie. I don't know why, it just doesn't sit well with the old stomach here. Second thing, what is the one thing you like to do when it's raining out or when it's cold or whatever? Like, do you want to just like stay home and just like, what do you do? Do you read a book? Do you do like the usual thing where like it's raining out and you just kind of look out a window and just kind of like have like really slow music playing and just like thinking about your life and like deep meaning thoughts? I've done that. And so don't judge. I will never judge you for it, but if you do it, that's great. Do you like to watch a movie? Do you like to take a bath and listen to music or whatever? Like what's your favorite thing to do when the weather is like this, when you're like home, like if you can actually stay home alone, like what would you do? Or if you're with somebody, your significant other, your best friend, like what would you do? I know some people who love to go out on a rainy day. They would rather be, moving around and things like that. Like, I think that's really, really cool. And the third thing is, what is the first thing that comes to mind when the weather is this bad? Not like this bad, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a storm kind of bad. It's just kind of like light raining, or it's just raining. I'm like, my glasses are really dirty, so I'm like trying to figure out how to clean it while holding the camera. This is why I need a stand to put my phone on, or mount. But anyway, so what I usually, like, the first thing I think of when someone's like, oh, it's gonna rain, and like I start hearing it pitter patter, that's a little better, pitter patter on like my windshield or my window or whatever, I usually think of just like sitting at home and grabbing a giant bowl of soup and watching like Friends or Firefly or like my favorite TV show. That's usually where my go-to is. Or usually I like to curl up with somebody, whether it's like my best friend, my boyfriend, my parents, my brothers, whatever. Just like curling up and again watching a TV show or a movie. That's like my favorite thing to do. I don't know what it is about rain and cold and trying to find something that's comforting, meaning of like curling up with somebody or curling up with a good book or wine or whatever, that kind of thing. But I always found it really interesting because I used to work at a yogurt shop when I was really, really young, and anytime it was raining or cold here in California, which is rare, but it happens, people just like gravitate to like ice cream or frozen yogurt. In my brain, I'm like, why would you want that? Wouldn't you want something warm like hot chocolate or soup or mac and cheese or something? But no, I remember our busiest days were usually during the summer, but anytime it was raining like this, like in April or February or March, especially when April showers came, people would be running through wind and storm and whatever to get like giant, like, not gallons, but like liters of frozen yogurt and a bunch of toppings to bring home and eat. But I guess, again, that's the whole point of like comfort food. I always found it super intriguing of the fact of just like why people decide to go, I want something that's really cold. I want ice cream when it's like really cold out. I mean, as a person who's never seen snow, never been in snow, never lived in it, you know, that kind of thing, like, is that like a thing that you guys would want? Like if it's cold and it's snowing out and you're kind of like, oh man, I would love some ice cream. Like for some reason that like doesn't register in my brain to do that. I'd rather be like, someone make me a giant bowl of soup, need it now kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, I wanted to go with something light today. I didn't want to do anything that's super deep of like, what do you think? What is the meaning of life? Like, that's not what I'm here to ask for. I was talking to my coworker about it. Her name's Rhea, and she's fantastic. I love her so much. We're pretty much like the same person to a point, but like, she's super cool. She's like 22 years old and she's got her shit together. I think it's great. Oh my God, there's a squirrel just hanging out by my car. Sorry, I got really distracted. ADHD in full blow. Anyway, so her and I were just talking about like, oh gosh, it's raining and it was like 80 degrees yesterday, and you know, California weather just doesn't have a thing. It's either it's really hot or it's rainy and terrible looking, or it's just smoggy. Like those are like pretty much the three ways to go. Or it's like I said, or it doesn't even change. It's just warm and hot all the time. So I don't know, it's weird. But we were just talking about it, and you know, like what you want to do in the rain, and you know, a lot of people would rather be indoors, which makes sense. But I know some people who's like, I want to go run around in the rain and jump around in puddles and stuff, and you're like, well, that's like a 5-year-old Alexis. And I'm like, no, I know some grown ass people who will sit there and just do weird adventures in the rain, which again, totally fine. I say, you know, do you. But it was intriguing to me that how everyone has a different way of handling this kind of, you know, weather, because it's like, it's kind of intimate, but not really. So, and I always find these days, if you do have the day off and it's raining, just to take a moment and do something that you haven't done yet. Like I wanted to do today, if I didn't have work today, I was like, I want to knit, because my best friend Sarah, she knits and she knows how to knit, and I actually kind of want to do that. So I'm thinking about it. Sorry, there was someone by my car, so I was like, what's going on? I was thinking about learning how to knit, so next time it's raining, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not like super bored, but like instead of me like getting on my, playing a PS4, reading a book, I'm like, let's do something new. Let's, you know, make my brain work a little bit and try knitting. So, but I don't know. But my homework is, you guys, since I have to go, is that these things will be way longer. Just today, it's gonna be a little short because it's the first day. The 3 things I said: favorite food. What do you like to do when the weather's like this? And 3, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you start hearing rain, or that you know there's going to be rain and like you would rather be doing, or like just even just a thought, like I said, like thinking of like you being in a music video and you thinking deep thoughts out the window, or you running around in the rain like you were a kid. Just want to know like what's like the immediately the first thing. Some people think like, oh crap, I have to deal with traffic. Like I think about that because I have to drive from one job to another. So I don't know. I just find not weather interesting, but how people's personalities really come through with little things, or how they change and you're like, I would have never expected that from you. So I just always find it interesting to find out different questions. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks guys for hanging out with me on my lunch hour. Next week, I'm probably gonna be talking about some, not like just like my planning for YouTube. And I know a lot of people have always asked me like, you know, why I got into YouTube and that whole thing. So maybe I'll make the second episode more about like me and like you learning about me. So, I mean, I have a whole hour, so might as well, right? But anyway, guys, you guys are amazing. I don't know what to call you guys, because everyone has like a thing like afterbuzzers, or like afterbuzzers, and like some people have like weird phrases. I was gonna say my fleshlings, but it sounds a little weird. So I'm trying to think of something like that. Someone said call them the Terrorites, because I'm a Torres, and our group, not our group, but like our family, we were called the Terror Torreses, but that sounds really weird. So I'm working on it. I'm thinking of that. But keep fighting, keep flying. I always say that at the end of my vlogs. I will say them at the end here. I think you guys are all amazing. Just stay awesome and be you. You know what I mean? I might start saying that too. I have no idea, but I think you guys are great. But again, don't forget those 3 questions. Leave it down there. Put on the hashtag Humpday Lunch Hour. I'm going to put it in the tweet as well when I tweet it out. And just tell me if there's anything specific that you want me to talk about. You can put a question in there and I'll answer it for the next Hump Day vlog, or just for the next vlog of the week, which will be happening on Friday. I've decided to move my weekly vlogs normally for Wednesday now to Friday, and then these Hump Day Lunch Hours are on their own, a completely different thing. So, but anyway, thanks guys so much, and I'll see you guys on that next lunch hour, which is next week. Mwah. Bye. Woo!